Today we're going to visit Evergreen College. They are the Geoducks. They struggled the last few years, but Cameron Swanson is the new head coach there, and he's ready to turn that program around. Cascade Hoops Talk starts right now. Hey, today we're heading up to the Evergreen State College, the Geoduck. We're going to talk some Geoduck basketball. Got in the car, drove up to Olympia, Washington, just a couple hours from where I live. Not a bad drive. We drove up there to Olympia, really a beautiful city, a place I used to live. A lot of urban activities there, as well as outdoor and lots of water if that's what you enjoy. Just all kinds of activities around there. We got to the campus. As you can see, it is definitely nestled within the woods there. Turned in there and we parked. That's the little walkway to get down to the gym. I've taken that many times over the years, past the Performing Arts Center right there. And then you kind of break out of the forest and you look down and there's the gymnasium it has an outdoor theater right there. And there's the gym. Big gym. It's a plus and a minus for them because it's so big. We walked around the campus. Cameron was a really amazing host. Thank you very much, Cameron Swanson. As you can see, they've really done a good job of building the campus within the woods, not letting the campus overtake the forest. It's beautiful. It's well kept. It's on hundreds of acres, and all the buildings are kept well, and the grounds are kept well. You can see they're going to mow the lawn when I do the actual interview. This is an area that is dedicated to the Native American tribes to dedicate the heritage of the area, as well as also the land that the college sits upon. Then we headed back to the gym. You know, Evergreen is a program that has really struggled the last few years. They won 3 games last year, but Cameron Swanson is the new coach there. He came in the middle of last year, and he wants to turn it around. Let's take a listen. Cameron Swanson, head men's basketball coach, Evergreen. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Cameron Swanson here. We're over at Olympia, Washington, Evergreen College. Thanks a lot for having me up here.
Always.
So we took a tour around here. It's a beautiful campus. You're going to see some video of that. This is only, this is a short drive for me, only a couple hours from my house. It's a beautiful drive up the freeway.
Yeah.
So you started in the middle of last season, right in the conference was going on. I think it was near the start of the conference.
I missed 2 games. Yep.
Yeah.
2 conference games. Yeah.
So this is really your first full year here where you can bring some guys in.
Yep.
So let's just start with, what has life been like for you at Evergreen? Have you enjoyed your time here? You've been here, about 6 months now?
Yeah. It's been, at first it was a roller coaster ride up and down, meeting everybody, signing paperwork and saying hi to everybody, but it's been a blessing. Everybody's super nice and very, very supportive of what we're trying to do in our program. And it's been awesome. Can't say any bad words about this place or anything around this place at all.
So last season, somebody's going to look at your record and say, oh, you're 3 and whatever.
Yeah.
And then Evergreen has historically struggled. But you did something that Evergreen hasn't done, and you'll know the time, but for many years.
Yep.
You had I think it was the Portland schools came in and you swept them.
Yep. It was 15 years.
15 years since Evergreen had swept a weekend.
Yep.
And just so you know, you probably know already, but Cascade Conference plays Friday, Saturday.
100%.
And so to sweep a weekend is a big deal.
Oh.
And then later in the season, you had Eastern Oregon in here. Chris Kemp, one of the best coaches in the conference, always puts together a great program. And you were able to beat them, I think, by 3 or something. Really good game.
It was a battle.
Yeah.
It was, that game, I think I had some gray hairs for the first time in my life.
You're not old enough for that.
We had the game a little bit further than I wanted to, then they came back at the end. But luckily enough, I was senior night, and I think our seniors stepped up to the plate and did what they needed to do to finish a strong career there.
So to you as a person, as a coach, being able to walk away, and even though you had that record, Do you look at those two events and say,
Oh, yeah.
I think, because before we talk about that, Evergreen has been down, everybody knows it, but it's been up and then down.
Yep.
This program here has been to the national tournament, won a Cascade Conference championship.
Yep.
So with that in mind, do those wins last year, which were key wins,
100%.
do they give you hope coming into this year?
You know, it does and it doesn't. We're a whole new roster. You know, it gives me hope, the fact that I was happy for what they did. That was more for my guys last year. You know, I tried our hardest to make sure they were prepared for those games. I wanted those seniors to have a one really good night, and they did. And I'm proud about that. But moving forward, you know, we're going to do some things differently from last year. I think last year I was there to more be like a Band-Aid for those guys and make sure they had a good experience and learn some things on and off the court and grow as a man, I hope. This year we're going to come with 10 new guys on our roster. We have one returning guy from last year and then a guy who played 2 years ago coming back. And so it's a whole new thing. And this league is no joke, and every year the rosters are getting better and better. And so I'm a little bit hopeful, but I'm still worried about it, but we got to be prepared.
So let's talk about the Cascade Conference just for a minute. You were able to make pretty much a full run through last year. You know, you knew about the Cascade Conference. You had a notion about it.
100%.
Talk about the Cascade Conference now that you've seen it up close and personal.
I call this a grown men league. This is not for people who think it's X's and O's only or anything like that, or finesse basketball. There's some grown, strong, very, very, very talented professionals in our league. Coaches all the way from me up and down. I believe we're one of the best coaches leagues in the country. And then again, the talent level here is amazing every night. And then again, this doesn't get talked about enough, I don't think, is the back-to-back nights. Playing 2 full games in less than 24 hours in emotional events. A turned ankle here or a missed shot here changes your whole weekend possibly.
Yeah. And not only is it back-to-back, but you play Friday night, this is the way it was last year, at 7. You get done, once you're out of the gym, it's 10 or 10:30.
Yep.
And then sometimes you have, like if you're at Eastern, you got a 2.5-hour drive to College of Idaho.
Yep.
And then you're going to play in Mountain Time at 2 in the afternoon.
Yep.
So it's more like back and back and a half, or however you would say that.
You know, and we did some things last year where we decided to stay after the night and then travel in the morning. So they got some good sleep. I think sleep is the main thing, you know, that helps us out. You got to just play. We're not going to complain here. We're not going to, you know, point fingers at anything. Everybody else has to do it, you know. And so we're
move this way a little. He's getting out of the screenshot.
I'm getting too emotional here.
He's backing up from me.
No, you know, we all have to do it. You know, it's not just Evergreen State that has to do it. So we're not going to complain here. We're going to find some ways to make sure our guys are treated well and ready to go.
But it is definitely a unique attribute about and the travel. 100%. So when you get in the bus and you head, say, to a place I'm familiar with, Klamath Falls. What is that? That's about 10 hours?
10 hours, yeah. We stop here, there, get some food.
Does it ever snow in the mountain?
So last year we were traveling and we got stuck on the side of the freeway at about 11:45 at night for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and got to our hotel about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. It was a fun trip, but you know, again, we're not going to complain around here that the other teams have had to face that. We're not the only ones, you know. We're going to make it stronger. And it's fun, right? They get to be on the warm buzz, playing their video games, and it's okay. You know,
a lot of times when I see a guy sign at, you know, here or Corbin or somewhere, I'll say, hey, welcome to the Cascade Conference. I would suggest you buy a really good pillow for the bus. 100
pillows, snacks, right? A blanket. I've seen our teams bring blankets, handheld video games, all of that. One thing I always make sure my guys have is headphones. We had a guy last year on the 10-hour bus ride forget his headphones, and he was asking everybody, and it was just like, we're going to go buy you some headphones.
So let's talk about your team this year. You've went out, first off, you got two returners coming back, right?
I call it 1.5. One that played for us last year, and then one who sat out last year due to some injuries and things like that. But he was, you know, he averaged 17.8 points a game here 2 years ago. He'll be a senior. You know, he's a guard, and he's going to help us out hopefully a lot and, you know, weather the storm for us.
So are both guys coming back seniors?
Yep, both will be seniors.
So they've seen the wars, they've been in the conference, they've made the trips.
You know, one of them won an NWAC championship, so he's come from a winning program, and the other one's been here and battled through this league and has been one of the top players in this league. So, you know, I'm excited about them for our training guys for sure. And
you went out and you and I were talking about this when we were walking around, but you went primarily JC this season.
Yeah.
Your very first signee was Tyler Ho out of a school you know all about, Highline.
Yep.
Talk about his game a little bit.
You know, Tyler Noe is one of my guys. I actually coached in AAU. Known him since he was a junior in high school, sophomore in high school. The ultimate worker, the ultimate teammate. Can score the rock in many different ways, but he does the little things. And I was very, very, very excited to start off my class with someone like him. He's an energy giver, we call him. He's not a Dracula. He doesn't suck the energy out of anybody. He gives energy.
But he's a local kid, you were telling me, too. He's from the Olympia area.
If we want to, we can go knock on his mom's door and say hi to him real quickly.
I'm sure she'd appreciate
about 5 minutes
that.
away from here. You know, I wanted to bring some local guys in to show that us in Washington have the talent to do some. I
also with the crowds, too.
You know, it does. And then, again, he's just such a great person, and he can help out with recruiting. He can help out with, you know, guy feels missing his mom. We'll go over to Tyler's house and he can hang out with his mom. You know, the family's been nothing but great to me, and so I wanted to make sure I treated him correctly as well.
I have a list of all the guys. I'm not going to remember them all, but Polton.
Yep, Jake.
He's from where?
Walla Walla, and then he went over to Canada to play for the last couple of years.
Okay.
He's the sniper, ready for him to have a great.
So is he a wing?
He'll be a guard for us as well.
Guard,
We're going to have a lot of guards this year. We're going to play more of a guard.
What's his first name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Okay.
Yep. He's you know,
with a K.
Yep. Hey, with the K. Another guy that we have a lot of. He's a senior, older, been through the battles. Played really, really good minutes for his team last year. He's going to transfer to come back closer to home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then McLean, Darius McLean.
Yeah, really
where did he come from? Where did he play?
Riverside College out in California. Very, 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 very excited for him. One of the more athletic guys I think that's going to be in the league. His tape shows it. He's a 4 or 5 level scorer, we want to call it, right? Gets to the free throw line, gets to the rim, hits the 3, hits the 4.3, if we want to call it the 4.3. Can find teammates. I'm extremely excited for him.
And then I know there's one other guy I saw.
We have a few guys that I'm really excited for. Garrett Long, a Division II transfer, but also played in the NWAC as well. And then
where did he go to school?
He's coming from NNU over in Idaho. Yeah. Really happy for him. Kind of like a 6'5" tweener. He can play it all. And then Solomon Campbell from Edwards Walters over in Florida, who played at Lower Columbia College 2 years ago. He's a 6'9" guy who's going to help us protect the rim a little bit.
Oh, bring in some size.
Yeah, finally. You know, last year was a rough year for us on the rebounding and protection of the rim, and so I think having a rim protection really can help our guards play a little bit more free on the defense end.
So this is a question you know you're going to get. So you're bringing a lot of guys in from everywhere, right? And you and I already had talked about this one time. You can bring all the athletes in the world in, and you can still struggle. What
100%.
What do you need to do as a coach and as a program to pull these guys together? And what are your strategies for that?
You know, that's a great question. We have to first figure out what they can do.
That's what I do.
I know. Thank you for that. I loved it. It makes me think about my job, actually. It's awesome. You know, we have to do...
You're getting out of it. Okay, we're okay.
You have to really figure out what they can do on the floor first. I think the first few weeks we're going to be making sure what they can do, and then I have some ideas and I know what they can do, but I want them to show me together. But the biggest piece is off the court. And I come from a brotherhood background. I went to an all-boys high school, and so I have some tricks and things that we've done for my experiences. And it's just, I think that I've done a good enough job picking not just players, but personalities and kind of putting them together. And, you know, as of right now, they've all enjoyed each other in our group text messages, or if they're, you know, in town or things like that. But it's our job as a staff to keep them going and to make sure they have the right mindset and the right goal. And our goal is to change our program.
They got to be able to get along. We just talked about the 100%. Long bus trips, and so that, you know that.
Yeah.
You know, going back to the campus for a moment, one thing that's really important is to, you know, you got a big gym.
Yeah.
You'll see some video of it. It's a big gym. You got to get some bodies in there.
100%.
It's really tough if you don't. Yeah.
Yes.
You know what it's like playing a quiet
it's not
gym.
Fun.
What is it going to take for you? You got to get the students in there.
Yep.
So you're
100%.
That's the first thing, and then you got. This place has gone on and off through the years of getting the community out.
You know,
St. Martin's kind of steals a lot of fans from you.
You know, they're doing a great job. You know, Coach.
They're really good there.
Great job over there. I think they got #1 in the nation last year in the Division II polls. That's amazing. It's my job, and it's our team's job to first the student body, like you said. Let's not be jerks out here. Let's go be helping people out. Let's go introduce ourselves to everybody. Go be in classrooms and say hi and things like that. Go to women's volleyball games, go to soccer games, go to wrestling matches, go to cross country events, all that stuff, right? And then it's also my job to go get in my face in the community, introduce myself, and making sure I get elementary schools over here like LC State does and have their fun day. And you know, the biggest thing though I really think besides winning, obviously, is the product we put on the floor. You we want to be exciting. We want to take good shots. We want to be aggressive teams, but we have to be exciting. We have to win some games, and we have to be exciting. And I think that will bring a crowd for sure.
Yeah. I think I can tell you as a fan, I got a lot of experience as a fan. If a team is tight and you can tell that they're good people,
Yep.
that'll fill the gym just as, obviously the product has to be there too.
100%.
But if they're good people, the fans will just be kind of drawn to your program.
Yeah, and I think what we have to do is kind of wash away the last couple of years of the program here and kind of just show that we're the new breath, some new blood, some new people. Again, we've had a good history here, but the last few years it's just kind of been in a down year. Not that they haven't done some awesome things, but we want to show that we're new. We're going to bring some awesome product to the floor, and we're going to be here for a while, and we want to win some games for sure.
So you're an extremely passionate coach. You want your teams to get after it, and you get after it on the bench. I mean, so
sometimes,
you might, you're still early. You're still in the rebuilding process here. Are you prepared? Are you going to be able to fight through that impatience? Because you're going to still go through some rough
100%.
periods, and I know how competitive you are.
100%. That is on me. Luckily, I have an amazing mother, an amazing girlfriend who kind of checks me when I need to get checked, kind of a thing. And
do they sit behind you?
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. If you hear someone screaming in the stands, most likely my mother, amazing woman, supports this program more than a lot of people do. But I also do need to get checked sometimes. I'm a young man myself, and I'm learning. I'm trying to be a better person for myself. I think last year I was a little bit calmer than I have been before, and I think this year will be even better. But there are some moments where it's okay to be passionate and fiery.
Absolutely, yeah.
I'm not going to lie, I'm probably going to get a technical foul. It is what it is. But again, it's all out of pure passion for the sport, pure passion for my guys, pure passion to help, bring some life and energy into the sport, right? Sometimes it's fun to see a technical foul here or there, right? And spark some things. And again, it's never out of disrespect or anything like that. It's just because I'm so passionate.
Yeah. Yeah, you're competitive too. Yeah, you're very competitive. Let's talk about the area a little bit. You grew up right around here, and I think you went to high school. You told me O'Day up in the Seattle area. Yeah. My wife and I, like I said, we live just 10 minutes from here. Yeah. Talk about this general area and what you're feeling of this Olympia area.
I am really impressed with this area. So many opportunities outside of basketball. Once you graduate, this ball is going to stop for most of us unless you're kind of crazy like me and want to, coach and stuff. But there's so many awesome opportunities when it comes to working and using your degree. And then the food around here is amazing, from sushi to vegan to fried chicken to anything you want. And then I think we're in the most, probably in our whole conference. I'm not a little biased, obviously. I think this is the best location. We're in between the two major cities in the Pacific Northwest, directly in the middle of them. And so, like, if you want a small college vibe, you have that. But if you also want to go see a city or go to a Mariners game or go to a Portland Trailblazers games, you can go do both those things very easily. It's really awesome.
So you're the only Washington State school in the conference. And this is a very affordable school.
100%, yeah.
And like you say, it's close. Guys can commute if they want to. How much of an advantage is that? Say compared to like Northwest, which is the closest school to you.
It definitely helps us out. Coach Skeen's a great guy, and he has his own battles he has to fight up there, and we have our own battles. But the price definitely helped us out, especially for in-state tuition and WUI students. I think WUI students really, really help us out. Again, just being from Washington Pacific Northwest helps us tremendously because we have such a talented pool up here in this little corner of our country.
Yeah. So as you go around and you recruit, and hopefully you can hear us above.
I'm sorry.
We are in the Olympia area where you mow your lawn every hour.
Have to.
But anyway, I'm sure you can hear it. These microphones are good. But as you recruit, what are the strengths of recruiting to Evergreen, and what are the things that you found to be a challenge?
The strength is for sure, our unique school. We don't have grades or GPA here. So some people, that's both a strength and kind of been a weakness for us, actually. Some people kind of like thrown off by like, I don't get a GPA. I work so hard, and they want that GPA. And some people are like, I can finally just be myself and learn. And then again, the talent pool over here is amazing in the Pacific Northwest, from our whole state, Idaho, Montana, Oregon, California, the whole West Coast is just loaded with talent.
Yeah.
And then we have a beautiful, facilities. We have 2 full gyms that we can use from. That helps me out, right? There's always time to get better at basketball. And so there's some of our schools in our conference don't have that luxury. And so I've been blessed with that for sure. It helps out a lot.
Kind of the last question, as you think about this upcoming season, what do you see as the 2 or 3 keys for the Geoducks? That's like a clam, by the way.
The big clam.
Yeah, the Geoducks.
Yeah.
What are the keys? And they got the best mascot in the world, and he's very active.
Speedy.
Or he or she or whoever's in the outfit.
Yeah.
What are the 2 or 3 keys for the Geoducks to get off fast and really compete in the Cascade Conference this season?
Well, the get out fast is gonna be hard. Our non-conference schedule is gonna be a tough one.
Who
we
you
got
playing?
University of Idaho over at University of Idaho.
Oh, you'll beat them.
Portland State at Portland State, and then Seattle Pacific at Seattle Pacific, St. Martin's at St. Martin's, and Central at Central Washington.
No kidding.
And then wait for this, we go to play at Montana Western and at Montana Tech. You know, we had no home games this year. I did that for a reason. So the starting off thing is not so much of a worrisome for me. I just want them to compete, play together, and play the right way. You know, I want to be competitive in those games, but if we lose some of those big games of Division I's, it is what it is to me. We're not going to lose the season in November. To start off the CC, though, we really have to come together as a group. All 12 or 14 of us have to really buy into what we want to do as a program. We got to play fast, but we also got to play within ourselves. And then we got to play team defense. I think last year our big struggle was playing team defense and then finishing stops. Did not rebound very well. And that really killed us. I think the scouting report against us was shoot up a bunch of threes and go crash that glass and see what happens. You know, we have a very, very athletic group coming in. We just got to put them in the right spots and that's my job. And so making sure they're just doing their best.
Well, I look forward to the season start, and I know you do too.
Itching, scratching and itching, and you know, I'm here every day. I'm ready for this. I'm so excited. You have no idea.
Cameron, thank you so much. Guy was an amazing host. Cameron Swanson, head men's basketball coach, Evergreen Geoducks. Thank you, Cameron.
Go Geoducks. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Also, please like and subscribe this show wherever you watch or listen to it. It helps a lot. And if you have a question you'd like answered on the show, just send me a note at cascadehoopstalk@gmail.com or just shoot me a DM on Twitter. Hope you enjoyed the show. Enjoy your day. We'll see you next time. Yours truly, Billy D. Thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAI school because NAI basketball is the best entertainment value in America.